Daryl and Werner, I want to send so much love. I heard about Covalent TV and I wanted to say thank you for, you know, making fans, wrestling fans happy for the gaming and everything. Like, you guys are amazing. Keep up the good work. And to everybody else out there, thank you for listening and watching Covalent TV. Sending so much love. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay sane. Love you guys. Mwah.
Another Friday and another arena pulling up for their brand new dose of WWE SLOP. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, man. It is Friday. It is time for the week to come to a close, but things are going to get started this weekend because we have Double or Nothing, but tonight we have to talk about another show. So that means, welcome to your WWE SmackDown Live review. This is your boy, Mr. Starksign.
Big Dub.
What is going on, beautiful people, man? How are y'all doing? Have you looked in the mirror today to realize if you are beautiful or not? Okay? If you haven't, then in which case, you might need to do that real quick. Go ahead and take the opportunity. See how beautiful you are. If you're ugly and the mirror shatters, that's not my fault. I am not held accountable for what your mirrors do. Okay? I'm not a mirror insurance provider. I'm not a MIP. Okay? Just gonna let you know that right now. But I'm going to tell you what, guys. I'm going to tell you what real quick, fast, and in a hurry. This is not going to be a long stream just like Wednesday. So I need y'all to go ahead and get it popping straight out the gate, man. Truth Seekers roll call. Go ahead and drop the Truth Seekers in the comment section. Keep our chat rate up. I don't care if you got to drop emojis, whatever the case may be. Do what you got to do. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. Y'all all need to show up and show out. You want your comment read the quickest. You want to engage the quickest. Go ahead and hit them super chats, player. Or you can hit the Streamlabs link. Or you get the cash out. Whichever one you prefer. But what I need you to prefer is an actual professional wrestling podcast that knows what they're talking about and don't kiss WWE's ass. If you meet all of these requirements, you will enjoy tonight's show. Now, if you don't meet those requirements and there's still a part of you that wants to hold on to WWE at the Dawson's Creek, then in which case you could click off this show right now. Because I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. I'm just going to let you know that right now. I don't want that to happen. And you know what? Robert listens, he learns, and he applies. Because he came through with 10 schmackaroos on the super chat, which queued up Don Lemon. With the maracas, of course. Cannot forget the maracas. If you forget about the maracas, you're never going to Morocco. Even if you have plans, but you're not going. Flight's going to get canceled. You're never going to make it. All right? So much love to Robert for coming through, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate every single one of y'all, and we need everybody to show that love tonight. You know, it is so important to do that for CovalentTV because we give y'all the love, we give y'all the knowledge, we give y'all everything that we got when we step in front of these cameras and these lights. And speaking of which, guys, we got a job to do tonight, but we gonna cut this job in his ass. Everybody put his ass in the comment section. We cutting in his ass. Because we gonna bring you beautiful people the news, but we gotta have a discussion. And it's going to be one that applies to every single thing I just said on Wednesday. The prophecy is fulfilled. Almost. But let's not delay the people any further. Let's go ahead and get into big news. Not just any news, big news. Lego.
WrestleMania 42 no longer in New Orleans.
In wrestling has more than one royal dork.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus
You know what's
Christ.
sad is all the dorks are in WWE.
Hair dye in my scalp. But goodness gracious me. Where do I start? Where do I? Look. And by the way, anyone who came in here early, and you know who you are, you knew we were gonna speak about this topic. Why would you even comment on it early? You knew it was gonna get removed. You know better. You watch our show enough. Let's start it off like this. First of all, I feel bad for the city of New Orleans because that is a huge draw for them and their local businesses. And it just brings an energy to the city. You know what I mean? Like any major event that comes to New Orleans matches the energy. I love New Orleans. I was actually looking forward to going back to New Orleans. I might still just go there for the fuck of it. Why not? New Orleans is a great place to go. You know? And I hate that this happened to them specifically because, again, all of the great people that live there, all of the people that in the infrastructure that support it with that love and that care that only you can really find in New Orleans. And they just basically got told, welp, take this money in the bank, player.
In August.
Oh, you know it's going to count a program all in.
Oh, I get that. But like, August? Like, you couldn't counter program with anything else but all with money in the bank?
But let me get this point out. So WWE, we just had this discussion on Wednesday, didn't we? I'm gonna talk to you like you my kid. We just had this discussion on Wednesday, didn't we? Truth Seekers, we just had this discussion. It wasn't a long discussion because we had one of our shortest streams ever. Like, it wasn't a long discussion, but we had a discussion on Wednesday about, you know, how you're going to see the cracks come about with WWE. We've been saying for the past 2-3 years now about how their greed is going to be their downfall. We've had multiple conversations now that I think about it. Multiple conversations now that I actually take the opportunity to think about it. But you know what? I'm going to start comparing WWE's inevitable, and I'm going to start using the word inevitable downfall to like that build up, that build up to a death scene in like Final Destination. You know, when you watch a Final Destination, you're like, oh shit. You're like, here it come. Then they fake you out maybe once or twice. That's the phase WWE is in right now. You know, it's the scene like they faking you out. You think this one thing gonna kill the person, and it ends up being a completely different thing. That's what I think is going to happen with WWE. And by the way, go see the new Final Destination movie. That shit was fire. I ain't gonna lie. No pun intended. And that's not giving anything away because I hate when people spoil movies for me. But Werner, but
I haven't seen anything lately.
Homie, you do that all the time. But I'm glad you didn't. Be Stevie Wonder the movies all the fucking time. But yeah, WWE, y'all Final Destination is upon you. Because what I thought when I first saw it, because I know y'all was gonna ask us what was our thoughts about it, what did we first think? My first thought was, it's exactly what I said. WWE is going to have to go to money-grabbing, desperate measures to prevent from having to sell when Netflix inevitably cancels them out in year 5. They're preparing their bank accounts right now for that windfall. That's what they're doing. I told y'all I know how business works. I told y'all WWE was going to go for every possible money grab that they could. And I also told y'all, remember this? I also told y'all, don't be shocked if TKO sells it back to Vince McMahon for pennies on the dollar. I want y'all to remember I said that. And you know what's kind of funny about that? It kind of tells me a bald former WWE personality watches our show, because guess who decided to say that today on his show? Jonathan Coachman. That's not a free plug for him. Trust me, it's not, because who wants to listen to him talk?
Honestly.
But like, dude, if you gonna keep stealing our talking points, because this is like the 4th time it's happened at this point. If you're going to keep stealing our talk, just at least give us a shout out, player. Damn. And that applies to anybody who steals our talking points. At least give us a shout out. At least if you're going to do that, man, give credit to the boss that shot you into this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, so besides that point, he said that too. He was like, hey, man, I wouldn't be shocked. Basically just saying like the same thing I said on Wednesday. I was like, I wouldn't be shocked. It wouldn't surprise me at all. If TKO did it just because they like, get off. We don't want you anymore. Just get off. Get off. We tired of you. We tired of carrying you. And most importantly, they're doing this to keep the people, the big wigs happy, the real big wigs happy, because all these WWE figureheads are exactly that at this point. They're just figureheads. Stephanie McMahon is just a figurehead. Triple H is just a figurehead. I'm talking about on the business side. These people have no real power. The Rock has more power than Triple H right now. The Rock has more power than Stephanie right now. So this is not hyperbolic in any sense. Nothing I'm saying is hyperbolic. All you have to do is follow all you have to do is follow the what? The money trail. That's it. Just follow the paper. Just follow the paper. Look at what they're doing. That's what WWE is doing. If you're not paying attention, that's what WWE is doing. They're about to sop up every market dry that they can before they inevitably hit the ejecto seato and tell TKO, hey, do whatever you want with it. And you know who's going to be leading that charge? Nick Khan. Mark my words. You know who's going to be leading the charge of that WWE sale and facilitating it? Nick Khan. Oh, and AAA, you better hope Tony Khan has some mercy and decides to buy y'all when they decide to dissolve. Ooh, y'all, ooh, Conan. Woo, you gonna have some foot cleaning and kissing to do, homie. When WWE inevitably goes, you know what? Y'all got it. Do what y'all want with it. What AAA, y'all gonna be in some trouble. Not car trouble because y'all AAA. Y'all just gonna be in trouble. It's gonna get ugly for y'all. That's one little tidbit. I always like to toss in the tidbits of stuff I don't think y'all thinking about. That's the stuff I love tossing in. Or you better hope that TKO allows you to buy your shares back. Because what's to stop them from sitting on your IP and collecting money? That's also something that could happen. What's to stop them from sitting on your IP and collecting money until they can't anymore, and then they just decide to just close y'all down? This is stuff that people are not processing, Werner.
No.
What if they sit on their 51% and go, you know what? It's not worth the money to keep running this. Dissolve.
Yeah.
I saw somebody use their wrench. Good job. If you use your wrench, it must be for a reason. I saw it at a glance. It was quick. It was in. Yeah, we doing the show. Like we'll discuss all the talking points. Don't you worry. But to get back to the WWE side, this reeks of desperation in a way that I've never seen WWE do in their existence. Not just in the past 10 years, not since they've had a monopoly. No, since their existence. They know they're in trouble. They know their product interest is about to collapse. They know that there's a trap door on their product interest. They know that. And they could slowly see that trap door creaking a little bit. And all it took was for them to see a little bit of a crease of where the trap door is for them to be like, oh, we only got to run the hot spots. We got to get as much money as we can. It's a trap door we standing on. Think of that analogy. I want you to lock that analogy in your head. Lock that analogy in. Hold it tight. WWE's product interest is standing on a trap door. They saw a little crease in the floor and was like, uh-oh. So now everybody is going to start looking at WWE like food. See, now it's time to get into the nature of the business. I told y'all about the business on Wednesday. Now it's time to get into the nature of the business. What's to stop? Now that they know WWE is desperate for paper and they desperate to run these hot markets for their paper, what's to stop an indie that is not WWE compromised from running at the same time that WrestleMania is going on? Not before it, not after it, while WrestleMania is going on. Like all the indies get together that aren't WWE compromised and go, let's run a show opposite of WrestleMania. Why not? Let's see how many people we could draw. And who's to say Tony Khan isn't at the helm of that? And he lends some AEW wrestlers. Who's to say? What if they, hold on, real quick. What if the indies forms up, the non-WWE compromise indies, form a damn Voltron against WWE WrestleMania weekend? And Tony Khan is bankrolling it and providing superstars. I'm sorry. Let me stop using that WWE lingo. Wrestlers. Then what? Now go ahead and make your point, Warner.
No, just real quick to that point. I gotta believe they would get a lot of people because they would price it aggressively.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be $40,000. It would be $100, maybe. $20 for, I don't know. Say they go to the T-Mobile and nosebleeds are $20. Most expensive is $100 because you're doing like an indie WrestleMania night 1 or night 2, whichever. Why not?
And to all the people that think that wouldn't be a draw, if Tony Khan is bankrolling it and he's allowing his top names to be on those shows, it would be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if the shit was in Idaho. If WWE thought they could make money there and Tony Khan was like, you know what, fuck it. What's stopping me from forming a Voltron and rallying up these indies and being like, hey, I'm going to do my own version of the collective, but better. And I'm going to pay for a big venue. See, people love to say, oh, never when it comes to anything outside of WWE. That would never happen. People love saying never. If everybody just kept saying never, would AEW exist right now?
Nope.
Okay, then I don't want to hear all that defeatist, elitist WWE talk. Oh, it wouldn't draw. People would just be there for Mania. I don't want to hear that bullshit. If it's done properly and it's bankrolled properly, what would stop it? What would stop it from drawing a good house? Like Werner said, what if they price it the right way? What would stop it? Because this WrestleMania that just passed not that long ago, ladies and gentlemen, was not a full house on either night. So all of those lapsed fans that could have been sitting in those seats that were empty during WrestleMania, you think they wouldn't go to that show? What did they fall? Like 8,000, 9,000 under their allotment?
Mm-hmm.
So you think you can't put 3,000, 4,000 extra people on top of that 8,000, 9,000 and get a decent sized venue and have a show that actually is the talk of the town? And I bet there was some people that when they was watching this stream, like, what was it, 2 weeks ago, when they probably thought I was crazy when I said WWE ain't the pimp no more. They're the whole, y'all ain't ready for this conversation.
No.
Because some of y'all got real quiet when I brought this up the last time. WWE is the hoe. They are no longer the pimp. They are the hoe. They have to hoard themselves out to stay afloat. And y'all got mad quiet when I said that last time. The comment section slowed down to a crawl. Because again, some of y'all, I think deep down inside, y'all are still fed walkers or drones. Some of y'all might be. Y'all just don't admit it. But I remember it like it was yesterday. Does anybody think this is any exception to the rule of what I said? This is WWE whoring themselves out to a specific location because they going to pay that money. What does that sound like? A hoe. Here's why I tell men stop simping over Instagram models. Because if you go in that Instagram model's DMs and tell her you going to fly her out, pay her whole way, make sure she got food and shelter and all that stuff, but you want to have sex with her and you'll even pay her an extra rack on top of it, I'm willing to bet you that girl of your dreams on Instagram is going to pull up. That's why I tell men stop simping over Instagram girls. Stop. Just stop. They have a price. Stop thinking they're holier than thou. They're not. They have a price. Most of these hoes be facing eviction. Which brings me right back around to WWE. WWE is putting flashy graphics, flashy everything in front of you to hide the fact that behind the scenes, they are at the top of the roller coaster right now. And guess what? That drop is coming. This has been a roller coaster. It's been a long ascension to the top of this damn drop. It's been a long ascension. WWE has gotten a lot of rope, including with these dumbass fans that keep supporting them. WWE has gotten a lot of rope, ladies and gentlemen. A lot. And they still get it. But the rope that drones that keep coming to these arenas are giving them, that's finna run out. Because behind the scenes, WWE is looking shaky, baby. That shit is starting, but the difference is now, Werner, that shit is starting to come to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
What was behind the scenes, you know the old saying, what's in the dark always what?
It gets shed no light.
So all of these fractures that WWE has been able to hide corporately, business-wise, y'all are starting to see them now. My only question is, when is this going to turn into a full earthquake? That's my only question at this point.
I wonder if it's going to be during that Netflix show that where they go behind the scenes.
Unreal. It's literally called
Unreal. Yeah,
Good
that
God
one.
Almighty. Yeah.
I wonder if we see the cracks there.
Oh, in New Orleans, let me give y'all some advice. Y'all should boo the entire show when they pull up for Money in the Bank.
Not only that, they should boo the next time they show up for Monday Night Raw or SmackDown.
Everybody should be a heel. Everybody. Everything is a heel. Mega heel. Boo everything. Everything needs to be booed. If this don't, let me tell you something. If this don't get these crowds to turn away from them or gets them crowds to boo, nothing will. Nothing. I'm convinced. Nothing. New Orleans, the spotlight is on y'all at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. Is they give y'all Money in the Bank 2026.
August.
They couldn't even give y'all nothing in the immediate future. You would have thought they would have been like, hey, you know what? Screw it. Let's move something else to New Orleans now. See, but they can't do that because the weakness has already been shown. Now, this is why I'm going to give some advice to people outside of WWE. Independent promotions that are WWE adjacent. Stop following their tail. They gonna lead y'all to y'all demise. That's why I gave the Final Destination analogy to kick this whole thing off. They're going to lead you to your demise. Don't end up getting the death that's meant for them. Because WWE will throw y'all under the bus. And guess who's going to be first on that goddamn chopping block if WWE want to throw an independent under the bus? Guess who?
TNA.
No. I said an independent. GCW.
Oh, yeah, easily.
GCW, Brett, homie. This should have made you shudder a little bit. You should be like, woo. What? Whoa. I almost put a deposit down in New Orleans for a venue. This should make you be a little more hesitant to kiss so much ass to them. This should make you hesitant. They just threw a whole city under the bus for money. Money that they're basically saying by doing this, by basically saying we desperately need. No, they don't. They're still $1 billion company. Okay. Keep thinking that. WWE drone, keep thinking that. Keep thinking they raking in the dough like you think. Again, drones don't factor in production costs. Drones don't factor in all of the other stuff that they have to spend on the offsetting costs. Drones don't factor that stuff in. Most of that Netflix $5 billion they did probably burn through. And me and Werner have discussed that. We've discussed that already.
Multiple times.
They didn't probably burn through most of that damn money. But are they gonna tell the public that? No.
I gotta believe it's 99% now if they're doing this.
That money, no. I'm gonna be a little more realistic. I was at 60%. Now this tells me that 80% of that money is gone. 80% of that money is gone. But again, those are records that they don't have to disclose. So we'll never hear about that. Not unless they want us to. Or not unless there's a high enough ranking stooge to leak it. Because that's the key too. If there's a high enough stooge or whistleblower to leak it, then we might hear about it. But I doubt it. Because usually when it comes to the top of the WWE ladder, things are a little bit more airtight. Mm-hmm. You rarely ever hear stories leak out about like the top brass of WWE. The Vince McMahon thing was like the exception to the rule. So if it's a drone watching this right now thinking I'm crazy and going, oh, this dude's a joke. Why would he think that? WWE is so profitable. They're making so much money. He's an idiot. Then why did they have to move WrestleMania out of New Orleans? Then why was there a report? You know what, Warren, I'm going to let you read the report about what WWE felt about moving it to Vegas. Let's do that. What did they think it would be?
Well, so first off, the news broke with WrestleNomics moving it from New Orleans to we don't know where. I know a lot of people are saying Vegas, but I'll get to that in a second. They moved Money in the Bank 2026 to obviously New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Meltzer came out and said WWE has encountered two major hurdles with preventing them from hosting WrestleMania in Vegas next year. Firstly, saying that there is a concert taking place at Allegiant Stadium, and that promoter is not moving off that date.
And they shouldn't.
Also, Meltzer explained that the Las Vegas Convention Center doesn't have all the space that WWE needs for WWE World. So I got to believe WWE is now going to be in a auctioneer mode. What city really wants it and who's going to pay the most money?
And there's no takebacks on New Orleans, WWE.
Right. There's no takebacks. And don't be surprised if it's Saudi.
I said that.
Yeah.
When the news first broke, I said, I wouldn't be shocked if it's Saudi. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
It would not surprise me. I don't think London's this desperate for a WrestleMania.
No, a WWE is playing their hand and they're trying to test the market for their IPs and their stuff like that and like who wants me. And I think they're going to get swiped left by a lot of people that they thought they was going to get swiped right on.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do this?
It makes no sense.
Now, let me do this real quick. Adrian Carpenter came through the 5 Smackaroo. Super Chat said WWE ripped off a whole city. Their predatory tactics have no limits. They don't. But this is not new information to us because we told y'all this.
But you have a fan base that going, yay,
Okay, we got the hat flipping hippo. You know what I'm saying? He went from KOs to hat flipping. 10 schmackaroos from Robert. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Adrian came through with 10 schmackaroos again. Said the best thing for the wrestling business is for WWE to go under because they're wait, oh shit. Hold on, I can read, but you put that weird. Because they're the cause of division in the business would be more unified. Robert came through with a wrecked for the KO hippo. Falling out that chair. 10 schmackaroos. We appreciate the super chats, man. That's what's going to primarily get read tonight. No offense to everybody else in the comment section, but this can't be too long of a stream, man. I got to get ready to head out to Phoenix, Arizona. All right? But to get back on topic, let's say WWE does land a lucrative deal and convinces someone, because, you know, Nick Khan is like a fucking snake charmer when it comes to these goddamn execs and these higher ups, which is why he got hired in the first place. I remember like it was yesterday. I remember the reports. They was basically saying, oh, this dude is like a master negotiator, like, you know, all that bullshit. So let's say Nick Khan's luck runs out. Who's to say Nick Khan's business luck doesn't run out? And they're still shopping WrestleMania come, let's just say September of this year. Then what? That's why I said people are going to start looking at WWE like food now. The nature of the business dictates this. Yep. So if it doesn't get sold by September to wherever they're going, translation, if no one bails them out, all these other places are going to be like, if they ain't paying that much for you, I'm not going to pay that much for you. Hell, if you ain't paying that much for them, I'm not going to pay that much for them. And it's going to create a snowball effect, which is going to devalue WWE and is going to devalue WrestleMania. WWE is playing a very dangerous game, and they've been playing a dangerous game for a long time. But I did not think that they would take a gamble of this size. I did not see this coming at all. I did not think WWE would take a gamble of this size. It just seemed like something they couldn't afford to do. Their fan goodwill is at an all-time low.
Especially after the way this past WrestleMania went.
So I don't know what they're thinking right now. Do they think London is desperate enough to just drop off a bag? Do they think Saudi's gonna bail them out? Like what are they thinking? Go ahead, Warner. My fault.
No, I'm actually curious. Like, what is involved in getting a WrestleMania? Like, obviously, there's money, but there's also other stuff. So, what in the fine details is New Orleans missing that WWE wants, and that Vegas or London or New York or wherever can provide?
Bro, I'm trying to tell you what's gonna happen right now. This is gonna hurt the name brand of WrestleMania.
Yes.
Which is something that no one's talking about in the media, and I'm just befuddled by it. Why is no one talking about how much this is going to hurt the name value of WrestleMania? Because now whatever city books WrestleMania, you know what's going to be in the back of their mind? Is WWE going to whore themselves out again and pull out of my arrangement?
Right.
This is just bad business. Let me stop beating around the bush. This is just bad business.
What's this? Okay. So what's to say they don't pull out of Minnesota for SummerSlam next year?
Now that this has happened, nothing.
Yeah.
Now that this has happened, if I'm a major city that just booked any major WWE event, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat because I'm like, uh-oh. Because these cities plan for the revenue. I want y'all to know that. These cities plan for the revenue and the economic impact that these events bring. That's why I kicked off by saying I feel bad for the city of New Orleans. Fuck WWE.
Yeah.
That's why I said I feel bad for the city of New Orleans, because that economic impact that they were hoping for is gone. Poof, gone. And if you think Money in the Bank is going to draw the same economic impact as WrestleMania, get off the crack. Because I can see some dumbass drone coming in here and saying that horse shit. They're still getting Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is not as lucrative as no goddamn WrestleMania. Stop it.
Yeah. That'll make what, 5 million, 10 million?
Cut it out. I remember how happy. I remember seeing reports. This was way before we did the show. I remember seeing reports of how happy New Orleans was with the economic impact of the last WrestleMania they hosted there.
Mm-hmm.
But New Orleans, I would be taking that Money in the Bank pay-per-view as a big fuck you. But I'm smart enough to know this, guys. I'm smart enough to know this. Those WWE drones are going to still fill that goddamn arena.
Oh, yeah, no matter what.
And yeah, because this is the biggest lesson I could ever teach anybody about the WWE cult. I mean, fan base. Sorry. This is the biggest lesson I could ever teach all about them. If WWE falls, they do not let them fall too far. It's like they galvanize. They go, no, WWE's falling. We have to uplift them. Watch the SmackDown rating rebound after that terrible rating they got last week. Watch the rating from tonight's show rebound. Watch what I say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They cannot let them fall. They won't. Even though that would be better for them, because that would force WWE to make a better show and better ticket pricing for them. Why do you think I get on this camera and call them imbeciles all the fucking time? I mean it. I fucking mean it. And if you willingly go to a WWE show, you fall into that crowd. I hate to say it. Go ahead.
New Orleans and Tony have an opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. I know it won't have the same economic impact, but like all in New Orleans.
Why not?
Why the fuck not?
Why not? 2027?
Yeah.
Why not? Is it booked for 26?
No, not yet. Well, Tony said
Wembley.
that they'd be back next year, but nothing's confirmed.
Oh, so it could be 26.
Yeah, it could be next year.
Wait a minute. And they run in Money in the Bank 26 in New Orleans, right? It's going to likely be at the Smoothie King Center, obviously.
Obviously.
You mean to tell me All In could be running at the Superdome the same week? Okay. I'm going to tell y'all right now. That would be one of the biggest moments to ever happen in wrestling history. The tension that would be in the air in New Orleans for that weekend would be something never before seen.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Hypothetically, if both things happened at once, hypothetically, you could probably get the economic impact of a WrestleMania. Hypothetically. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but it's just a hypothetical.
And who's to say Tony Khan doesn't use Master P as a liaison to make that happen?
Right.
Wow.
I mean, it's again, it's just a thought.
That would be some shit. That would be crazy.
I don't know if Tony has the ball, wants to do that.
No, say it. Say it. No, say it.
Has the balls to do it.
Say it. I'm like, dude, this is the stuff he needs to hear, because I think that would be insane.
I would love to see Tony, put his balls on the table and be like, all right, let's go.
You'll fuck over New Orleans, but we won't.
Yeah, we won't.
See you in the Superdome.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Carpenter came through. Fashion Macaru said they're making a gamble on the value of WrestleMania, getting them a big deal. This is an incredible risk that may backfire. Okay.
Pretty sure it'll backfire.
I was just finna say that. There's a very strong likelihood that it will backfire. There's a very strong likelihood that they got it. From what I heard and from what I saw in the reports, they basically got a sweetheart deal with Vegas this year, and now they think they're going to get that from everyone. It's like that one woman that gets a dude that kind of spoils her a little bit for the first time, and then that dude leaves her because she doesn't like really have any value and never returns the favor. And now she thinks every man is going to do that. By the way, stay away from women that say stuff like princess treatment. Please. Ugh. Stay far away from grown-ass women that say stuff like princess treatment.
I'm a queen.
Stay very, 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 very far away from those women. That will be take, no give. Stay far away from those women. Please. I don't care how fine they are. Stay away from them. Because it's usually the fine ones. Stay away from them. Okay? And that's how I feel about everybody that just watched what WWE did to New Orleans. Why would you go into business with them? For WrestleMania. They pulled out of an announced agreement. Let me make sure I make that clear. Let's give proper context too. Warner, they pulled out of an announced agreement.
Yeah, from February.
Posters, graphics, everything.
Yeah.
What make you think it can't be you? Whoever books WrestleMania, what make you think it can't be you?
Mm-hmm.
So now WWE is going to hold out for sweetheart deals wherever they go for WrestleMania. And if you don't give them that sweetheart deal, basically you're at risk of losing out on the economic impact.
And let's be real, Daryl. The only place that's going to give them a sweetheart deal
is Saudi.
Is Saudi.
Yeah. And y'all not going to run WrestleMania in Saudi for the rest of existence.
No.
So all these other cities that are desperate for, don't give WWE no sweetheart deal. They don't need them. They don't need them.
No.
Remember? Record revenues, record attendance. Yeah, right? Right? Don't give them nothing. Give them the fee. Give them the fee. Be like, hey, look, we'll give y'all a little tax break for pulling up. We'll give y'all, here's how much it's going to cost to run this arena, this, that, and the third. We'll give y'all a little 20% off on that. That's that. But take it or leave it. That's what every major city needs to be doing to WWE when they like, hey, guys, we got WrestleMania. Want it? We saw what y'all just did to New Orleans. No, thank you. No, thank you. You can keep it. You pulled your biggest event of the year. Y'all couldn't try this out with like Survivor Series or something first?
Nope.
Hey, this is not me giving him credit for nothing. It's still fuck Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon would have never done this.
No.
If you believe that Vince McMahon would have done this, cut it out.
He would have thought this would be bad business.
Dude, Vince McMahon wouldn't have even had ads in the ring, let alone a damn law firm in big 1-800-COLLECT font.
Yeah.
Go back and look at that font. It looked just like the damn 1-800-COLLECT font. Morgan and Morgan. But Robert came through with two smackaroos, said, Master P, make this happen. Look, if I'm Tony, I'm getting on the phone with him because he's very well connected in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting on the phone with him and being like, yo, how do we make this happen? How do I get House of Glory down here too to run side by side? How do I what can I do to create All In weekend? You know how everybody says Mania weekend?
Yeah.
What can I do to create All In weekend?
Call Conrad, get StarCast going.
Let's do it. Tony, lay it out, homie.
You have the opportunity.
I don't want to run side by side with it. Fuck that. Right now, fuck that.
Do it.
You have a huge opportunity.
Give the middle finger to WWE and give it to Cody.
Because they'd give it to you.
Exactly. In a heartbeat.
You will not get Tony, you will not get a bigger opportunity than this. I'm letting you know right now, you will not get a bigger opportunity than this.
And I know you will price it aggressively.
I wouldn't be shocked if goddamn third row seats was like $500.
Right.
Dude, a bigger moment will not arise. This is your chance to do WCW in the Georgia Dome.
Mm-hmm.
This is your chance.
Don't hold back.
I'm only going to read this comment because it is spot on and pertains exactly to what we're talking about. And he's been donating a lot tonight. Robert said they have a hole in their defense run through and out. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Exactly. You know what? This also would be the next step in not only from you doing the promotional stuff all through the airport, which was genius, by the way. Hats off, round of applause for that. But you need to take this next step and do this, Tony. Period. Here's a chance for a knockout punch.
Now, if they get up before the 10 count, at least you could say you tried.
Exactly. And you know what? They might be wobbly.
You might be able to, you might be able to hit them again.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to take this opportunity, dude. Fuck what everybody else is talking about. You got to fuck all that. Oh, I don't want to be associated and run side. Fuck that shit.
You want to show that you're the best wrestling show and we're the best wrestle? Prove it.
And New Orleans is a city of love. That's why I think that's why I've always said they should snatch the City of Brotherly Love title from Philly and make it New Orleans. Because New Orleans is a city that shows a lot of love. So because of what WWE just did to them, Tony, do you think New Orleans ain't gonna show you love, homie?
Exactly.
Do you think with Master P promoting it in New Orleans, do you not think you gonna get the love? Homie, just because WWE did them dirty, the whole city gonna come out. The whole city gonna come out. Motherfuckers that don't even watch wrestling gonna come out. That's how New Orleans is. Watch how the whole city gonna come out. They'll have a damn parade for you outside the stadium if you want it.
Bands and everything.
Take the chance, dude. Adrian Carpenter. By the way, guys, because y'all know how real I am. If I get an opportunity, I ain't gonna ask that in no press conference because I got a feeling I'm gonna be annoyed by the time it gets to me. So I'm gonna have a question prepared, but it's not gonna be that. But if I get a chance to talk to Tony Khan on the side, I'm gonna tell him that.
Yeah, please.
But Adrian came through with 5 schmackaroos, said Mr. Mayor talked about making a bid for WrestleMania for the Commanders' new stadium. Let this be a warning sign not to do it. Right.
Exactly.
Dude, if they felt like they weren't going to get enough financial, support and economic impact out of New Orleans, DC? You think you're going to do better in DC? Love DC, don't get me wrong, but DC has never been known as a wrestling city. Ever. Even at its hottest, even at the hottest point in professional wrestling, DC was never known to be a hot wrestling city. Ever. Respectfully.
I'm just curious. Does this make people want WrestleMania in their town now? Like Daryl, the Bears are going to be building a new stadium.
It's going to be beautiful.
Do you want
it?
It's going to be beautiful. Do you want it? Do you want WrestleMania?
No, I don't. No.
Do you think the state can afford to pay WWE what they want?
Because that they're gonna try to run and get it while it still got the new stadium smell on it. They did it with MetLife. I'm good.
We're the first thing to run the stadium.
Yeah, I'm good. Because that's a Vince McMahon edict. That's something Vince McMahon liked to do. He loved running stadiums when they first opened. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good. And I don't think it would have the city on fire as much as people think it would.
No.
Because WWE, again, they're on that trap door. The interest is about to fall through a hole. And they don't even see it. You price gouging your fans. Is not the cost of value ratio is awful. Let me say that one more time. The cost of value ratio of your product is awful. Your audience is not getting the value for what they're paying. But yeah, your cost of value ratio is trash. Your product is not showing any signs of improvement. Now you expecting to get sweetheart deals for every major event you host? See, the Super Bowl can ask for a sweetheart deal. You know why? Because it's the fucking Super Bowl.
Hell, the draft does better than WrestleMania.
God damn. It's the Super Bowl. And Adrian, I'm reading your comment because, again, you've been donating a lot, but DC, I don't care what you say. DC has never been known as a wrestling town. Ever.
No.
Ever. There's multiple people that will say the same thing. They might have sold out a couple events. Okay, congratulations. But, dude, DC has never been known as a wrestling city. Ever.
Doesn't even have an indie scene, really, does it?
Not really. You got to go a little bit further north for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, dude, for fuck's sake, Connecticut has a better indie scene than goddamn DC. Like, what are we talking about? Like, bro, it's not a diss song, it's a real song. I wouldn't get so tight about it. It's not a diss song, it's a real song. I don't make the rules, homie. I don't make the rules. You could try to present as many cases as you want, homie. Like, dude, no one in here is going to say DC is a wrestling city other than you. I rock with DC. But dude, nobody's going to say that. No, no one's going to say that, dude. When people think of wrestling on the East Coast, what do they think? Give me the city. There you go. Boom. There you go. That's what when people think wrestling on the East Coast, they think New York. Or Philly.
Yeah, Philly's another one. Yeah, not even people think Boston.
And Boston actually hosted some pretty marquee matches.
Mm-hmm.
In the history of professional wrestling, not just WWE. There's a lot of iconic wrestling matches that happened in the Boston Garden. And even then, Boston is not known as a wrestling town. Boston is known as a baseball town. It's okay, bro. It's not me dissing DC. Calm down. Nobody's dissing DC. It's just not a wrestling city. That's it. Man. I didn't expect people to get so tight over that. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. But to wrap this subject in a bow so we could get into the show that smacks us down. WWE, you are at the blackjack table right now. And you have 20. And you just looked at the dealer in the eyes and just said, hit me. This sets a horrible precedent. I hope you know that. And now, oh, wait, Werner, I actually got one more point now that I think about it. Now, towns are going to venues in these cities y'all run for like WrestleMania. They going to think anybody adjacent to you is going to pull out now.
Yeah.
So again, GCW. What you going to do if these venues don't want to touch you? Or they hand you your deposit back and go, you know what, on second thought, WWE might pull out, so I don't think we want to take this chance.
Exactly.
Y'all not thinking about this shit, dude.
Or let's say GC, Brett puts down a deposit, and then afterwards WWE's like, well, we're gonna go somewhere else, and then Brett's like, well, can I get my deposit back?
Nope. That's when he gonna realize they don't love him like they think he love him.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's gonna hit him swiftly in the nuts. Oh, WWE don't love me like I thought. Duh. Damn, Robert, you don't have a wrench? What the fuck? I'm just not noticing that.
What? Wow.
I am just now noticing that shit. But yeah, I hope you know what you're doing, WWE. You said hit me on 20 in blackjack. I hope you know what you're doing.
They love the tightrope.
But this time, it ain't much rope to walk on.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Homie, they think they walking a plank right now. They are walking razor wire. I hope WWE, I just hope y'all got y'all balance up. I just hope y'all got y'all balance up.
You know what? New Orleans should be kind of, like, whew, because how many people in New Orleans can pay for $40,000 seats?
By the way, I'm not going to address the fans that paid their money for flights and hotels. You know why? Because this is the company they support.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel sorry for them. I don't. I actually do not feel sorry for them. You know what company you support. Now, because somebody had forecasted WrestleMania being pulled? No. But you being so thirsty to be WWE adjacent just cost you a grip of money.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of WWE fans are broke. So I know they picked the non-refundable option on booking.com because it's cheaper. Go ahead, Warner.
I got to believe now we won't know what WrestleMania locations are until what, December?
You better
going forward.
I was going to say Rumble.
Yeah, or Rumble. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Like whatever sign pops up in the arena, they're going to make it like a thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever WrestleMania sign pops up in the arena is going to be the giveaway of where they're going.
Exactly. Or to be unveiled when the first point happens.
Yeah, they're going to make it a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's going to be a mad dash for people to make arrangements.
Yep.
This is going to kill stuff like wrestle tours and all. That's going to kill it dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to kill stuff like that dead. Because people ain't going to be able to afford it.
No.
But does WWE care? Fuck no. Fuck no.
And what's to say it hurts the indies because last minute booking of venues.
Venues that they're not going to be able to afford because, yeah, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Exactly. And if they go to Saudi, what indie is going to go to Saudi?
And certain venues don't even let you get your deposit back within a certain time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if they announce it at Rumble and Mania's 2 months away, some venues have it to where, like, you want your deposit back, it got to be within 3 months.
Yep.
Unless you book a shithole. Then in which case, you probably ain't getting that deposit back at all. So congratulations, WWE. Way to dictate the industry trends.
Yep.
All right, guys, it's time for us to get into the show that smacks us down. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get into SmackDown. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but here we are. The show opens with a flyover of Savannah, Georgia, and then the usual montage of talent arriving at the arena.
They're fucking outside. They're not even in the fucking arena. How do I even know they're at the fucking arena if they're outside?
It's because they're arriving at the arena.
How do you know they're arriving at the arena? They could be arriving anywhere else.
Werner, no one comes between you and your calamari. Don't come between WWE and their talent arriving at the arena. Okay?
I haven't had calamari in a while.
Yeah, bullshit.
I haven't.
All right. All right. This is so lazy. This is so fucking lazy. Drew McIntyre makes his way into the arena and AAR Priest attacks him, and it's a pull-apart brawl. When you could tell when Triple H has ran out of ideas for feuds, when you just get brawls week after week with that specific feud. That's when you know he doesn't know what else to do.
But it's cinema.
Like he just doesn't know what to do. He's not a booker. He's not a creative individual. And the brawl was, dude, and for them to both be 6'5", over 200 pounds, this was a pillowy soft brawl. Mm-hmm. Anybody else notice that? This was a pillowy soft ass brawl. So damn, you booking these brawls and the brawls don't even look good. All these guys do is criticize WWE. I'm cutting this show off. Well, then leave, bitch.
Yeah, no one's stopping you.
Because WWE deserves this criticism. Leave. I put it in time. This is slop. It's slop. And the only people that are willing to consume it are the people that show up to these arenas. And the 1 point whatever that won't let WWE fail. All right. We get a recap of Tiffany Stratton's title defense from last week. I'm going to make this promo a whole long story short. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair came out to cut a promo. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to label this promo and coin it the Protect the Investment promo.
Mm-hmm.
This promo had damage control written all over it. This was the Protect the Investment promo. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair maybe said a combined paragraph of words. Now, somebody might say, what do you mean by Protect the Investment promo? I thought it was pretty self-explanatory, but I'll explain. Triple H has invested so much in this blonde-haired, blue-eyed bimbo that he doesn't even want to risk anyone getting a leg up on her in a promo, in a match, in a nothing. Triple H is looking at it like, I put you over Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to push you constantly. And then Tiffany Stratton said a line in this promo that I thought was so fucking corny. And it was so stupid. Because these women being there are a result of the system that you came up in not being successful. She said Charlotte and Alexa are a little vintage. When she said that, I said, you know the only reason why Charlotte and Alexa are standing in that ring, sweetheart? This is not me giving praise to Alexa or Charlotte when I say that. They're there because the system that created you failed. Otherwise, you wouldn't be standing across the ring from vintage women.
Mm-hmm.
That was a dumbass line. I would have, man, look. If I was an almost middle-aged white woman with a lot of plastic surgery, I would have said back in retort, I wouldn't be here if you were everything that they expected you to be. Oops.
Yeah.
That would have been accurate in real life and kayfabe. So now Tiffany Stratton is getting the protect the investment push. Now, the thing with the protect the investment push, it doesn't last long as the ceiling push, as you can see, by Charlotte Flair being in this ring. I don't think Tiffany ever is going to get the ceiling push. I don't see it. I'm shocked Rhea's getting it.
Me too.
I would have thought Becky and Charlotte retired before Rhea got it. But Rhea's getting it. Rhea's getting the ceiling push right now. But the protect the investment push, that don't mean nothing, because they doing it with Jade Cargill right now too. They're doing the same thing with Jade Cargill as we speak. So, all right, Tiffany, I wouldn't be so cocky in my promo, okay? Oh, it was another line in this promo that I hated. Charlotte, you're low-key giving hypocrite. Didn't you say cashing in was the easy way out? Here's why I hated that line, too. Way to bury the Money in the Bank match before it even happened.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares how you become champion as long as you become champion, you dumb broad? And all Charlotte had to say was, yeah, I might have said that in the past, but the championship was around my waist. So what does that mean to me? See, but they didn't let Alexa and Charlotte really talk much in this promo. They didn't want a part 2 of what happened between Tiffany and Charlotte before WrestleMania. Because Alexa is actually quick-witted on the microphone, unlike Charlotte. Mm. So Alexa Bliss would have tore her a new asshole. If she would have came at Alexa Bliss like how she came at Charlotte in that one promo, Alexa Bliss would have tore her a new asshole on that mic. Alexa Bliss actually has mic skills. I can't take that away from her.
Mm-mm.
But as Tiffany's making her way out, Giulia makes her entrance and we go to break. We got Charlotte Flair versus Giulia versus Zelina Vega. Werner, even though we shouldn't feel sorry for people who signed on the dotted line, I know I'm about to make an exception to the rule. I actually felt bad for Giulia tonight. Not only did you see Giulia working that hard cam WWE style in this match, there was a point where Giulia went for the twisting neck breaker where she twists with her feet, and she did it. And Werner, it sounded like a damn library after hours.
Yeah.
I said, that is really sad. Moves that got oohs and ahs in Japan get nothing in WWE. What was Giulia known as before she went to WWE? She was hard hitting. She was pretty much a guaranteed 5-star classic, no matter who she was going against.
The Queen of Strong Style.
And now look at her. Yeah, she didn't even sell the neck twister. She didn't sell it. You're right. She didn't sell it. You're correct. She didn't sell it.
Name me the last time Charlotte Flair actually sold a move.
Charlotte cannot sell to save her life. Again, if it's one thing I can't take away from another time, I can't take that away from Rhea Ripley. At least Rhea Ripley knows how to fucking sell. I hate Rhea Ripley's match structures, but at least she knows how to sell. Giulia, You did this to yourself, beloved, but I ain't gonna lie. Tonight I felt bad. Any weeks going forward, I'm probably not gonna feel bad. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Weeks going forward from here on out, I'm probably not gonna feel bad. You knew what it was. And by the way, man, I'm gonna address this because y'all be thinking I don't pay attention to the comments, but I do, because we actually care about our viewers. If Adrian Carpenter is still in here, please don't tell me you got so mad about me saying DC ain't a wrestling city that you just not gonna comment on the stream. If so, that's kind of crazy, bro.
That is kind of crazy.
Don't think I didn't notice, homie. Like, I'm looking dead at the comments. It's fuck CovalentTV over me not saying DC is a wrestling city. But I'm going to give you a chance to speak for yourself. I'm not going to assume. But if that is why you mad, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You know we not here to appease and please people's personal thoughts. Your personal thoughts and your personal opinions are exactly that. Saying I'm still here having a conversation with Dan Watson Church. Okay. All right, I'm going to take your word. But yeah, this is a disclaimer. Now I'm speaking to everybody. This is a disclaimer. We are not here to appease your personal thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
This applies to everybody. We are going to say what is real, and if you can't handle it, you can't handle it. Because if I'm honest enough to say WWE has watered down Chicago crowds, I think a person can handle me saying DC isn't a fucking wrestling city. Like, if I can admit that WWE has watered down Chicago crowds, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. And I get it. DC has had a lot of great wrestling moments. That's good. Still not a wrestling city. Still not a wrestling city. Sorry. Miguel said, wait, Charlotte's as slow as Becky. She does herself for nobody. Adrian Carpenter said it ain't that serious. Yeah, okay, just making sure. That's what I'm telling people. I'm speaking to everybody. Don't think I'm speaking directly to you anymore. I'm speaking to everybody. We all have our personal biases. I understand that. I understand that. But that's not what we're here to do. When we get on this camera, we have to be, fair, down the middle, objective. We can't be like, oh, well, Nah, we can't do that. Y'all don't really hear us say, oh, well, a lot. That's not agreeing to disagree if you're saying I'm wrong. That's not agreeing to disagree if you're saying I'm wrong. That's not where that phrase applies. I've had enough conversations with people in this lifetime to know that that's not where that phrase applies. Now, if you want to put it to the test real quick, we can. See, that's the type of person I am. We can put it to the test real quick. All right, let's do it. And we appreciate you commenting and all the donations you be putting through. We appreciate that, bro. Don't get it twisted. But, homie. All right, guys, let's put it to the test. Do you consider Washington, D.C. a wrestling city? Werner, did you want to put in a vote?
I don't think it is.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If a majority of people in here say, yes, I think DC is a wrestling city. If they say it, okay, cool. I'll admit I'm wrong.
And I come from a state that's not a wrestling state, so.
Yeah, I'm willing to wait for this one. Come on, y'all. It's 27 of y'all in here, man. Y'all need to speed these comments up.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine said, no, it's not. Xavier said, not really. Xavier, ain't you from the East Coast? If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, everybody in the comment section, talk to a player. And don't do that whole thing, because I can see you being like, oh, of course they're going to agree with you. You got the camera and the microphone. No, bro. Everybody in here are free-thinking individuals. If they want to say it is, they'll say it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you from Maryland. I remember you saying that. Yeah, yeah. D. Butler said the Midwest is the best. That ain't the question, but all right.
Yeah.
But Miguel said, not really. Pin Mike said, I haven't seen AEW in DC, but I would assume not. Yeah, man. Dude, the Pacific Northwest has a better argument.
Mm-hmm.
Like Washington State has a better argument. It's not, and again, it's not a diss song, it's a real song. It's not a diss. I think you're taking it as a diss. Like, it's not a diss. Catherine said Greensboro is more of a wrestler city than DC. Agreed. I think more vintage wrestling when I think of Greensboro, but
Right.
I still agree. Yeah. I think like old school territory wrestler when I think Greensboro, but I still agree. Robert said they may have had a good match or two in the past, but don't really remember any big news on wrestling in DC. Xavier said even Maryland is not a wrestling state. Yeah, I think it's a pride thing. I think it's just a pride thing. Everybody has their pride, and pride can lead you to think that you're not wrong on something. Trust me, I've been there, but like, yeah, it seems pretty resounding at this point. And if you want me to put it up as a poll on Twitter, I'll do that too. We could really go a step further with it. Because don't say it ain't that serious and then say I'm wrong and then say we agree to disagree. And then when I put it to the test, see? Can't do that, bro. C. Butler said Louisville Gardens has more wrestling history than DC. See what we got. Thank you for the number. I ain't even know where we was at on the Twits. Appreciate you. That's a cap. That's a cap. Adrian, that's a cap. That's a cap. Not the first part of what you said. You said AEW comes here twice a year, WWE 3 times a year. I'm gonna hit you off with something. That's cool, but homie, I'm talking about the wide scope of professional wrestling, not just the two major promotions. Hold on. It's a cap, bro. It's a cap. You said the Pacific Northwest would be lucky to get one event. Why go to a place that's not a good wrestling city? Homie, the Washington indie scene produced what? How many stars in the past few years?
You got Swerve and Darby as the biggest ones. And then you also have Bryan Danielson.
Homie, that's what we not gonna do. That's what we not gonna do. Now, if you'd have said something about the Supersonics, I wouldn't have had an argument. I would have been like, oh, shit, you're right. Yeah, the Supersonics ain't that no more. But no, that's a cap, bro. The indie scene in the Pacific Northwest is the shit. The indie scene in Washington State alone is the shit. Yeah, Nick Wayne too. Yeah, dude.
Nick Wayne. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. This is a pride thing. That's okay. I'm going to chalk it up, bro. This is a pride thing. I ain't even going to put no poll up on Twitter. I see this as clearly just a pride thing. We all got pride in our cities and where we come from, dog. But yeah, no. Hold on one second. All right. God damn. Okay. Shit. All right. I'll be there in a second. All right. Shit. Okay. But Giulia would end up winning the triple threat Money in the Bank qualifying match, pinning the current Women's United States champion, Zelina Vega. Okay, Warner. I'm just going to skip ahead with this one. Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega got announced for tomorrow because WWE was getting a lot of pushback about not having a women's match on the card.
Yep.
So this match is going to be overbooked, and the match itself was panic booked.
Mm-hmm.
Warner, if you had to put a percentage on if Chelsea Green is going to win this match, what would that percentage be?
Probably 80, 85%.
Now, I am open to being wrong.
Same here.
But if the storm of the report that came out about, oh, how much they love her and for the work she's doing in the media and blah, blah, blah. And if I'm judging off of the result that happened in this match, and basically if I'm going off of all of the things that I've been seeing and observing, Chelsea Green is about to get that belt put back on her. And you know what's about to happen? Zelina Vega's ROI push for bringing her husband back is about to come to a screeching, fiery halt.
Mm-hmm.
And Chelsea Green is going to get the exact same booking she got when she had that belt. This is lazy. This is forced. They booked this in a panic. There is no desirable outcome of this. If Zelina Vega wins, it's like shoulder shrug. You know why? Because the fans don't give a fuck about her, and I hate to say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shoulder shrug. It's like, okay.
They cared more about her when she was chasing them when she actually became champion.
Right, right. It's going to be a shoulder shrug. And if Chelsea wins, then it's that question that we love asking on the show. Now what? Yay, she got the belt back. Secret Herpes. Yay. Now what? Was she going to feud with Mia Yim again?
Or B-Fab?
Because they basically set that up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a rule where the only women that can contend for the belt are Mia Yim, B-Fab, or Zelina Vega? Is that what it is?
That's a sad mid-card right there.
Creative bankruptcy. Creative bankruptcy. No other way to explain it. And yes, and Adrian Carpenter, yes, I judge it off of that because that's what makes a wrestling city a wrestling city. And a good indie scene and a mixture of major promotions coming there is what makes a city a wrestling city.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if it has territorial history, that helps. And you said Philly has no indie scene. Well, they have an indie scene. It's just not popping right now.
Right.
They have one. It's just not popping right now. So I'll have concede that point. They do have one. It's just not popping right now. So yeah, I'll have concede that point. But Philly is still known as more of a wrestling city than DC. That still doesn't change anything. It still changes nothing. All right. Let me see what we got. Xavier, that's a good comment. Xavier said, or they're just going to probably randomly call up women from NXT. You know who they probably going to do that to?
I feel like they've done that with Giulia.
With Roxanne and Giulia. But here's what I have a feeling they're going to do. They go call up Sol Ruka and Zarya probably at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to do the same quick shot, forced, terrible booking that they did with Roxanne and Giulia.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be even bigger of a nothing burger because those two don't have the star power that Roxanne and Giulia have. They probably going to have them team when they first come up to the main roster. Then they're going to break up. Then they're going to go to separate brands. Zarya might get one little ROI feud and so might Sol Ruka. And then they just going to fall off into obscurity.
Or, in WWE terms, the tag team division.
I'm telling you what's going to happen, y'all. WWE is getting too predictable with this shit. They're getting way too predictable with this shit. Oh. I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't make my point clear. Yeah, no, if Zelina retains, that belt is still coming off of her with the quickness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Giulia is a good candidate. Yeah, I'm sure that belt is still going to come off of her with the quickness. No, I don't want that to get lost in translation at all.
I would be shocked if Zelina's champion past SummerSlam.
Right. No, that belt is still coming off of her very soon. You could tell they're not fully invested in her as champion. You could tell. It's like an aura somebody has when they walk out there where it's like the office really doesn't want me in this position, but I'm doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
Zelina's one of those people. Cody's like that in a way.
That's a great shout.
Cody is like that. This is, okay, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is a record. Cody has had the longest ROI push I have ever seen in wrestling history.
Mm-hmm.
Next to Lex Luger. Him and Lex Luger are tied for probably the longest ROI push I think I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cody's is longer. But Lex Luger is probably a close second. They have sunk so many resources into trying to convince you that Cody is the top guy. Now, their audience believes it, but that's not saying much. Let's be real. That's not saying much. It's the WWE audience. That's not saying anything. But yeah, much love, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it moving. All right, backstage, Old IY cut a promo talking about how great they are and complaining that the Motor City Super Soakers are breathing down their backs and piggybacking off of Johnny Gargano No One Cares friendship with them. They call Fraxiom delusional and complain about being held back. Something needs to change and it'll start tonight when Tomato Ciampa fights. Oh, God. Nick Saban, not Chris Saban, but Nick Saban. Roll Tide. The Motor City Super Soakers make their entrance and we go to break. Raise your fist.
Pow, pow.
What am I supposed to do with this, man?
I have no answers because what can we say?
Dude, these are like two tag teams with a combined age of probably over 250 years old.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
And that much wrestling knowledge too. And you know what? Anywhere else but WWE, this match probably would have been better.
I just like. All right, man. All right, man. All right. Now I'm gonna say this real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Robert's been killing in the comment section, so this ain't directed towards him. If y'all slow down the comment section and y'all just trickling in comments like this, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fly through this shit. I'm gonna go results based. We will just end this as fast as possible. You know, the engagement is important. Even though I'm not reading as many tonight, I still see them. All right. And it helps us with the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So even if we're not reading them, if y'all are commenting, it helps the stream. All right, bro. We're back for a commercial. We follow Zelina Vega. B-Fab and goddamn Mia Yim get into it with the Secret Hervis. And they want a match with the Secret Hervis. And Boring Nick Aldis gives it to him because he can always appear to pop up where fights are happening.
Yep. Unless it's Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest.
Nick Sabian and Tomato Ciampa had a match that no one gave a fuck about in the crowd because WWE fans don't value wrestling. And this match, even wrestling-wise, wasn't even that good. And, of course, that was main roster fuckery because Candice LeBoring would show up and knock Chris Sabin down. And Ciampa won by pinfall with a knee strike. Raise your fist.
Pow, pow.
In Triple H's case, raise your shovel.
Yeah.
Lifeless. 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 Uninspired. Nothing burger. Who cares about Candace LeBoring being a manager? It's her husband. You got to understand, it makes sense because it's her husband. I don't give a damn. I don't want her on my television. Neither do I want old IY on my television. No, nor do I want Motor City Super Soakers. Not Motor City Machine Guns. I don't mind those guys. Nor do I want Motor City Super Soakers on my television. If you're not going to unchain them and let them be what they have always been and what got them there, then in which case I don't want to fucking see them. Suck my dick. Like, dude, it just, what?
Waste of their careers. But all they care about is the money.
And both of the teams came out to no pop whatsoever. Both of the teams came out to no pop whatsoever.
Well, shouldn't that be telling Triple H not to book them on this show? I mean, no reaction. Yet, here, let's put them out there anyways.
Fraxiom basically hypes up their match against the Street Profits, and then they said, well, Nathan Frazier said, whatever the fuck that dipshit's head name is, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm all fucked up now. This shit is trash.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Frazier says if they're on the same page, he'll put them up against any other tag team on the planet right now. They're buying into that, dude. They're buying into that hype. They're buying into that hype. Dude, I said it 15 million times. I will say it again. 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 I will say it until I am fucking purple in the goddamn face. Fraxiom is the most overrated tag team in professional wrestling, bar none. And it's only WWE fans hyping them up. You can, WWE fans, y'all got the power to convince people Fraxiom is one of the best tag teams in wrestling right now, but y'all don't use the power to convince Triple H's product is shit. After commercial, Arby's provides us with a recap of John Cena's 17th world title reign.
Because no one cares.
And they had to do this horribly and poorly edited video package to make it seem like, oh, for the past decade plus, Cena's been so hated by the audience. Stop it. Stop. Catherine, what? Look at what they're being given.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I feel like WWE fans deserve nice things, but come on.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what they're being given. Dude, I swear to God, going to a WWE show has to be sitting like fucking sitting in a dentist's office waiting for your fucking appointment. Because half the time that you there is no wrestling going on. You're just staring at a ring or you're staring at a screen. AAR Priest and Drew McIntyre appear on the stage, still brawling. This is, dude. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Pound of flesh.
Warren, I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I want my pound of flesh, even though we're gonna have a match. I still want my pound of flesh tonight.
Warren, I feel like I'm losing my mind, dog.
This was so bad.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
And the fact that they're still doing 3 hours and we're almost to June is ridiculous.
Dude, I feel like Jersey Shore is more cohesive than this shit. Jersey Shore has easier storylines to keep up with than this shit. And here's how you know WWE fans know nothing about real life combat. If two men of that size were fighting that goddamn long, somebody would have been knocked out by now.
Wouldn't somebody have a black eye? Just throwing that out there. Wouldn't there be a black eye? Maybe a bloody nose? Maybe even a broken jaw? Maybe.
Dude, they don't even try to suspend your disbelief. They don't even try.
Hey, we're gonna insult your intelligence every week, especially on Fridays.
But no, they just come out just fresh face.
Mm-hmm.
They've been brawling throughout the course of what? Hold on, let me see. Throughout the course of what? 2 matches?
Yep.
Nobody's battered. Nobody's bruised. Nobody's swollen. Nothing.
Try it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me.
Quick, I'll finish this to better. Okay. Solo Sikoa is chatting it up with.
Oh, God.
Joint Cream Mateo. Then Jacob Fatu rolls up with his black scent and corrects Solo Sikoa on black scent. Am I in a fucking Twilight Zone? You're not even saying it right. You not saying it right. You fucking culture vulture. You not saying it right. And you don't scare me, homie. I would say it to your face. You like 5'7". Which made me wonder how small fucking Jeff Cobb is, because when you were standing next to him, he made you look like Andre the fucking Giant. How tall has Jeff Cobb been this entire time? What the hell? You not saying it right. You're not black. Stop. Yada I mean is a foundational black American saying from the Bay. You're not black. Cut that shit out.
Allegedly, he is 5'10".
Yeah, kiss my ass. I remember seeing Jacob Fatu at WrestleCade before he signed with WWE at an arcade bar. I was towering over him so much it was casting a damn shadow. If Jeff Cobb is 5'10", I am 6'30". Be for real. Chelsea and the Secret Herbers make the interest to send us a break. Alexa Bliss gets the verbal one-up on Charlotte. And this is proof of what I was saying earlier, where Alexa Bliss, when it comes to delivering lines in a very professional manner and delivering lines at a good caliber and a top notch, she's so good at it. WWE wasted Alexa Bliss's prime. Now that she's had her baby and she's older, I can say that officially. WWE wasted Alexa Bliss's prime. She could have been way more than what she was. Somebody say, but she won so many championships in this, that, and third. How can you say that? She could have been more. From a character standpoint, she could have been way more. And I think her working with Bray Wyatt showcased that. She could have been way more. And by the way, happy heavenly birthday to Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
It's still surreal that man, god damn. It's still surreal. It's still very, very surreal. Yeah, she basically went like, oops, Charlotte. I would have said see you in Money in the Bank, but Next up, we got in a nobody wants to fucking see this match. B-Fab and Mia Yim going against the Secret Hervis, consisting of Warner's girlfriend Piper Niven and Alba Fire.
She's not my girlfriend.
Yes, she is.
Not my girlfriend. I don't even know her.
You fucked her.
I did not.
With a capital F.
I did not.
Yes, you did. Oh, you want me to talk about you fricking her in a supply closet next to a rake? Because you did.
No, I didn't.
You said when you stuck it in her, you called it the Home Depot. Now shut up. Adrian Carpenter said, I've seen Jeff Cobb in New Japan shows. He's not tall. Yeah, 5'10". Maybe with stilts on. Fuck out of here. That man is compact as a motherfucker. You could fit Jeff Cobb in most overhead compartments. And thank you to the emoji gang, man, who got the memo. Thank you. Appreciate the emoji gang. All right, man. Warner, this is what we got. This is I'm giving y'all the show. I'm telling y'all what happened on the show.
Yeah, this is what happened.
B-Fab and Mia Yim win by pinfall with B-Fab's neck breaker on Alba Fire. Anybody care?
No.
All right. The Bloodline firmware update 96.2 interrupted the Street Profits doing a hype promo before their match. And they walked by and they cold shoulder them. Cool.
No one cares.
Legado del Fantasma is going to have a match against some AAA guys at fucking Worlds Collide. Moving on.
Ooh.
That overproduced ass goddamn vignette they did.
Yeah. Looks like a telenovela.
Yeah, I mean, WWE wasting people. Is this a surprise to motherfuckers? There go YouTube fucking with our likes again. Everybody hit the like button again. Check and make sure they didn't take away your like. And that's not me downplaying the AAA guys, because those guys are good. Don't get me wrong. They're really great. I just hate that AAA is associated with WWE now because they don't want what AAA represents. And good on Tony for basically saying what everyone was thinking but is too afraid to say because they don't want to lose their press credentials. Tony said CMLL is now basically like the premier and prime promotion in Mexico, and they actually honored the tradition.
Yep.
I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. Jimmy Uso gives Rey Fenix an unintelligible fucking pep talk. I don't know what the fuck he said. I couldn't tell you what the fuck he said. I don't know what he said.
I thought I was the only one.
I don't know what he said. I didn't know what Rey Fenix said either. I don't know what either one of them said. Guys, and I am a very good listener. I don't know what the fuck either one of them said. The most I talk in life is on this show. I don't really talk a lot in person. Does anybody know what the fuck either one of them said? I'm serious. I'm actually serious. I don't even know what they said. And Rey Fenix was so awkward in this. He gave him like this awkward ass like hype up chest slap. It was so awkward. All right, I suppose. We got Jacob Fatu. Oh my God. And Jumbo Cunts Mateo going against Jimmy Uso, Campbell's Chunky Uso. Yes, I'll like to supersize it Uso. Do y'all got any honey buns in the back Uso? and Rey Fenix. And you know the only thing I took away from this match, because the wrestling wasn't inspired at all. Nothing about this match was, dude, WWE fans have ADD. If there's any pause in the match, they immediately go, we're not making any noise. We got to do something. This is awesome. They have fucking ADD.
This show's fucking terrible.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I don't even like dead air, but this shit is, dude, this shit is god awful. I hate the fans. I hate the production and WWE fans, because they know this shit sucks. They got to find like anything to hang on to. You want to know what the talk of this match was on Twitter? The continuous camera angle they did in the match that got botched because Rey Fenix fucking kicked the cameraman.
Yeah.
And they were dick sucking the damn camera angle because you can't hype up the wrestling. And then, again, my biggest takeaway from this match was this. The WWE crowd is so programmed to do the normal things that they always do that, like, in this scenario, they showed they'll take store brand cereal. Because at one point in this match, they were so bored that they said, fuck it, he's close enough. And they just started going yeet after everything Jimmy Uso did. So now y'all will take great value cereal just so y'all can come to the arenas and do y'all chants? Dude, it was like halfway through this match, they were like, fuck it, close enough.
Mm-hmm.
He's about 100 pounds heavier, but it'll do. Yeet. I said, dude, this crowd is giving up. And the "This is awesome" chant in WWE is a chant that they use to basically show we're not giving up on this product.
Mm-hmm. We believe in you, Triple H. You can do it.
Dude, because they'll chant it after a vertical suplex and a 3-second delay in the match.
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome. It was nothing awesome. If you've ever watched any of these people, except for Jimmy Uso, because he ain't never been outside of WWE,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure he'd be a fucking disaster outside of WWE, him and his goddamn cokehead brother. But like, if you've seen any of these guys outside of WWE, you know that they are capable of a performance that is 1,000 times better than what we saw. You know this. Adrian Carpenter said WWE making a mockery of Lucha Libre. The fact that no one talks about how racist the Americano character is bothers me. They won't, bro.
Nope.
If WWE was a serial killer, they would have got caught on the sheer amount of bodies that they couldn't store. Like, I'm serious. They'd be like, a police officer would drive by on patrol and be like, that looks like a skyscraper's worth of bodies in that backyard. I think we should investigate. But WWE is like those people, that serial killer, that when the police come to the door, some way, somehow, by the time that serial killer is done talking to them, the police are fucking driving off.
I'm not the serial killer you seek.
It's like dude, it's like a Jedi mind trick or some shit.
Mm-hmm. I am not the serial killer you seek.
And they wonder why NWA made a song called Fuck the Police.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. They was like, yeah, right. They was like, he's Dollar General, Jey Uso, but fuck it, we'll take it. Yeet. I was like, are you serious? Are they really chanting yeet? which also speaks to something else. That shows that the man isn't over, the what is.
The crowd is over.
Wrong. The chant, the
chant is
package, the
over.
presentation. The presentation is over. The man is not over. Because if they could just interchange it and put it on his damn brother, what does that tell you?
But isn't that the WWE way now? It has to. They would rather the presentation, because that's what WWE creates, is the presentation, and no one can be bigger than the WWE.
That
So
was
the
like
man has.
hold on. That was
The
like
man cannot be.
go ahead.
The man can't be above his presentation.
That was like when Jimmy Uso, funny enough, actually said in the promo, homie, what if I would have said yeet before you? I could have easily been what you are.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, I came on the review and I was like, that's a fucking fact. If they gave if they gave Jey Uso's presentation and catchphrase to Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso had to stop doing it cold turkey, guess who would be just as over with it?
Mm-hmm.
Give him the theme song, give him the same shit. Guess what? That's also something WWE fans don't want to admit. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang. We really need the love right now. Everybody seems testy tonight, so like, I understand. But like, dude, show the love. I'm about to get ready to go out here and get this work done. You know what I'm saying? For y'all, man, and be in the building and show love and all that stuff. So, man, show love back. Cause man, I started to cancel this show. All right. Jacob Fatu. Oh my God. Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo. Won the match with Tour of the Islands from JC Mateo on Jimmy Uso. Jeff Cobb. Fuck calling him that goofy ass name. That is the slowest and most uninspiring Tour of the Islands I've ever seen him do in his career. You know when you could tell somebody is somewhere for the bag? Jeff Cobb.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even out there trying, dude. He's out there playing the greatest hits of his career before he got there, and he's just there for the money. And the best way WWE had of acknowledging that Jeff Cobb is not actually Samoan was having Jacob Fatu say, "He not even my blood." You couldn't have made that a story?
No, that would be too easy. That's too easy. And WWE refuses, runs away in the fastest way possible from easy storytelling.
Jeff Cobb almost looks Mexican. No shit, he's not your blood. I think anyone with a pair of eyes can see that he's not family. Get a long look at Jeff Cobb. He looks Mexican. I know he's not, but he looks Mexican. He don't look, that motherfucker don't look like he from no island.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like a big back Latino dude. That was the best they had. Warner, that was the best they had. Was having Jacob Fatu going, he not my blood. Okay, cool. by that logic, why is he there? It's called the bloodline, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Then why the fuck is he? And somebody might say, oh, well, the Sami Zayn thing worked out. I didn't like the Sami Zayn shit either.
That made no sense.
That's on record. Y'all could go watch them reviews from that time. I didn't like the Sami Zayn shit either. I thought it was dumb. And I thought it was corny. And then when it got overcooked, WWE just leaned into it even more. And obviously, Sami Zayn came out on the other side of that worse off than when he came in, obviously. Because anything that works with the bloodline is that's always the case. Y'all getting a way longer stream than expected, man. Y'all better show me some love, man. Show Werner some love, too, by sending him all your mayonnaise so I can steal it.
Oh, I don't have any mayonnaise in my house.
Adrian Carpenter came through with the 5 Schmackaroo super chat saying, is AJ Styles' contract up soon? Can I get a run in AEW before he retires? Please. I don't want him to end in WWE. Unfortunately, your wish may not be granted. I hate to say it.
He's brainwashed.
No, he signed up. And he said he wants to retire because don't he want to retire in 3 years? Because he said he wanted to retire when he turned
50. Yep.
You better, your best hope, homie, I'm gonna be honest, your best hope is that he pulls a Sting. That's your best hope. Because you remember after the injury Sting got against Seth Rollins, he basically was like, yeah, I'm done. He was saying in every interview, yeah, dude, I'm done. I'm never coming back.
2027, he'll be 50.
That's 2 years away. Less than 2 years away now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You better
June 2nd, well, he'll be 50.
Yeah, you better hope he has a Sting level change of heart. Or Adam Copeland level change of heart if you want a more recent example.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I agree with you. I actually agree with you, bro. I hope so too. Because I feel like Tony Khan would give him the retirement run he deserves, just like he gave to Sting. I can't wait to see what he does for Adam Copeland's.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think his last match is going to be against Christian or teaming with him.
Yep.
But who is he going to go against? I don't know.
Bucks.
Oh, the battle of the Bullet Club leaders. That'd be fire.
Yeah.
But you need, oh God, and if Finn would, oh dude. Oh.
If Finn wasn't brainwashed.
It's actually doable too.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy to think about, Warner.
If Finn wasn't brainwashed and AJ changed his mind, that would be a great triple threat.
Now, guys, I think I know this off the top of my head, but I might be wrong. Was AJ hold on. Because I know it's some technicalities with Bullet Club leaders. Because it was somebody I got into a debate with not that long ago that was like, AJ was never technically a Bullet Club leader.
I thought he was.
So I'm glad that I'm talking to all of our truth seekers in here because I want to verify that. Because I'm going to go back to him and be like, nah, dog, you was wrong. Because boy, he argued me up and down that he wasn't no Bullet Club leader. And I was like, but he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He was. Man, oh man, I got a phone call to make tomorrow. Yeah,
it went Finn.
Yeah, because he went to WWE.
Yeah, it went Fergal and then AJ and then Kenny
And then Jay White.
and then Jay White. Although one person thinks he was the Bullet Club leader too. Not saying who, but he might have royalty in his
Oh,
family.
God. Oh, Captain Wave Rider himself.
Yep.
Oh, dude, no. We know he wasn't one.
And let's not forget the biggest bitch in the room who always thought he was the leader the entire time, who's disappeared from WWE.
Nah, bro. Chody was never no goddamn no. But yeah, it's crazy to think that if there were people out there that weren't fed brained, and if AJ wasn't just like, I'm gonna get this WWE bag on the way out and I'm just gonna ride off into the sunset, we could actually realistically get a battle of Bullet Club leaders, fatal 4-way match.
Mm-hmm.
That could actually happen. Ain't that some crazy shit to think about? See, Butler said I corrected the wiki page on Chody being one. Good for you, bro. Good for you, man. That's funny as hell.
Bang, 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 bang.
We see. Let me close this out real quick. I don't know why I still have this open. Boom, bop, bang. Said, yeah, that'd be insane. Robert came through with the 2 Smack Roo, said there's no mayo emoji, so here's some eggs. That's the alternative? I like eggs. Oh, man. Right. I know I'm not tripping. Yeah, Jeff Cobb do look Mexican. I ain't tripping. But yeah, Adrian Carpenter, as much as I wish AJ would do that, bro.
Oh.
As much as I wish he would, bro. I think he gonna ride off into the sunset, bro. I really do. And it don't even got to be like a year-long run. It could just be a program.
Honestly, you could have AJ and the Good Brothers versus the original Elite.
Right. I don't know, bro. We can't control what that grown ass man do.
No, we can't.
All right.
And you know what? Honestly, I'd like to see Hangman against this Hangman against AJ.
Oh, that'd be nice.
You know?
God damn, man, my phone is blowing up. Yeah, Robert already shouted your donation out. No, I wouldn't leave you hanging like that. All right. Warren, it's time to make yourself useful.
Oh.
We have rolled up to Los Angeles Night, rolling up on the Creator Wrestler to complain about.
Byron Saxton was talking backstage with LA Knight, walked into frame. Knight said Sikoa had a first-class seat to watch Knight win the Money in the Bank briefcase in 2 weeks. Knight said the odds have always been against him, but in Los Angeles, it'll be Knight standing tall. Knight said that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, he's living, talking, and breathing Money in the Bank. He then offered up his catchphrase to end the segment.
Keep going, bro. I no comment. No comment. Keep going.
Up next, R-Truth came out.
Stop. Whoa, wait a minute. I'm not going to let you take that tone to this promo, and I'm going to tell you why. If this wasn't a moment where Triple H should have been like, maybe I should see color. How the hell? This is how you know WWE is in the shitter right now. And this is not to take away from his talent. How the hell do you allow R-Truth to have the best promo to come out of your promotion this year so far?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this. This promo had layers. He started off with like the little delusional Little Jimmy like comedy thing at first, but then he snapped it to like Ron Killings, the competitor. Like, homie, I did actually believe in you. Jokes aside, I did. But now that you done lost your way and you got power and your ego has gotten out of control, I'm going to try to beat your ass to bring you back to where you should be. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. I said, was that a focused promo I just heard?
Out of R-Truth of all people?
Homie, it pulled me away from looking at my phone. That's how good it was.
Dang.
I was like, is R-Truth promoing right now? Like, am I losing my fucking mind? How do you allow R-Truth to have your best promo of the year? A person you don't even take seriously, a person that you treat like a joke and a comedy act, just had your best promo to come out of your promotion in 2025. Warner, how the fuck does that happen?
I don't know. I would maybe Triple H was drinking. I don't know.
Dude, the way he started off this promo, I was like, oh God, they about to make him look like a doofus. They about to have him out here acting like a goddamn buck dancing buffoon, step and fetch it like they always do. I was like, oh no.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe this is just a red herring and it's a swerve. He's going to be serious tonight, and then once we get to the match tomorrow, it's going to be all
you acting like
jokes.
That come on now.
And then it's going to be the 5 moves of doom, and it's over.
Warner, you acting like that wouldn't surprise me. But like,
no,
dude,
I'm not saying it wouldn't surprise you. I'm just saying that's probably what's going to happen.
Warner's like, don't give this black man credit where credit is due.
Well,
What if it's all for naught? I know it's probably going to be for naught because it's WWE. Let him have his promo, man.
No, I'm saying this is probably going to be the best promo of the year, and the fact that he shocked the world.
Dude, we could talk about how he's going to be buried tomorrow when it happens, but tonight, R-Truth went out there and delivered the best promo I've heard out of WWE in 2025. Pulled me away from what I was, and it was something more important on my phone that I was looking at. Pulled me away from my phone, and I just put my phone down. I'm like, R-Truth is cutting a goddamn promo right now.
I wonder if he wrote that himself.
He had to.
Because there's no way a writer came up with that.
Homie, the way he delivered everything he did in this promo where he was bouncing back and forth between like the delusion and the competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Then by the end of the promo, he turned into Ron Killings. I was like, whoa. It had layers, bro. I said, am I tripping? And I know this may be an unpopular opinion because R-Truth is black and, people don't like giving black men their credit. But, like, I will die on this hill. This promo was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame that it's for such a nothing burger feud and match, but, like, wow. But I had to put that in summation for you so that way you don't go through this whole promo because there's no point. I could have easily paraphrased it. Just, it was easy. But go ahead.
No, I'm with you. I was blown away. Like that this came from Truth because normally we're just used to the goofy, silly, I'm a good R-Truth, not stuff. I don't see WWE putting out a better promo this year than what R-Truth did. I really don't.
And let's not bullshit. This is a gear we know he has.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like we're shocked that he did it. It's just we're shocked that it happened, that they allowed it to happen. WWE does not let good things happen, especially not to black wrestlers.
Now, I would be shocked if they let him use that gear in the match.
No. Wait, no. It's John Cena. They probably will. You know how that goes. Oh,
That's
they let everybody pull out their moveset with John Cena.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, John Cena. Oh, you could pull out every move you got. You remember that AJ Styles feud?
Yep.
This man was pulling out moves he ain't done in years. AJ pulled out a damn spiral tap in one of their matches. I was like, I have not seen him do that since early TNA. What the fuck? Oh, no. If you're going against Cena, you could bet you could pull out all your moves. Pause if necessary.
Pause.
Yeah, he sold me more on they goddamn feud than Cody did in all the months that they was feuding. That's a fact. Yeah, man, it's a joke what they've done to him, bro. It's a joke what they've done to him. I agree. It is a joke what they've done to him. But let's keep it going, man.
Alrighty, up next we got a recap of Raw. No one cares. After that, we got a vignette for Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Nia Jax match next week for the Women's Money in the Bank qualifier. Up next, we got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Aleister Black versus LA Knight in a Money in the Bank qualifier match.
Oh, God, this match was so boring.
Within 30 seconds of this, the bell ringing, you know what you heard? We want tables.
Dog, this match was so boring.
We want tables.
Homie, this match bored me to tears. This match bored me to tears.
Oh, I mean,
you put 3 guys in that ring that are not even remotely known for being like top-notch workers except for fucking Shinsuke. And Shinsuke, in my opinion, got the least offense of anybody in this match.
Shinsuke hasn't been a top worker since he left New Japan.
Unpopular opinion, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, dog. Like, it was like a battle of the mid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa, okay. Just go to the result. Go to the result.
Nakamura got fired up, but ran into a black mass. LA Knight reappeared through Aleister Black outside of the ring, and pinned Nakamura for the win.
Does Aleister Black have like a no pin clause in any contract he signs?
Apparently. I'm the biggest thing ever.
Dude, your woman's ROI push is almost over.
Yo.
And you just lost a Money in the Bank qualifier. And you're probably going to be feuding with The Miz. Welcome back to WWE, dickhead. All right, let's keep going.
All righty, speaking of The Miz, we have The Miz and Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, give me a fucking knife.
They were shown backstage talking about how many times he had to take a black mask before Melo would listen to him. Miz told Melo he put Melo in the Money in the Bank qualifier match.
He put him in a what? He put him in a what?
In the Money in the Bank qualifier match. Next week, Miz put over how important the Money in the Bank is.
He put him in the bada.
Bada. Miz said he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Money in the Bank contract. Miz said how much he believes in Melo. Miz did the catchphrase to end the segment. I'm not doing that fucking catchphrase. That's fucking terrible.
Miguel said Aleister Black botched the tope. Yeah, because he's back in that WWE style where he has to slow down. But to be fair, you saw him slowing down late in his AEW run too.
Yep.
I don't know if it's from injuries or whatever the case, but you saw him slowing down later on in his AEW run too. So I think he's just washed. I'm not even trying to be funny. I think he's just washed.
Alrighty, up next we got a Jey Uso Logan Paul vignette. No one cares. Commentary team ran down Saturday night's main event card for Saturday. They added it'll be Zelina Vega.
Let's keep it going. I already covered it.
Okay. We got Jacob Fatu, Jeff Cobb, and Sokol Slaw walking backstage. Nick, all this out of nowhere, walked up to him and said, next week on SmackDown, the final triple threat qualifier for the Money in the Bank will take place. All this said, Fatu will be in that match. And Fatu said, I love you, Solo. And Solo said, he hasn't. Yeah. He hadn't said that to me in like 6 months.
Fuck this shit. Adrian Carpenter came through the Fosh Makaru super chat. Shinsuke Nakamura was once one of the best wrestlers in the world. Please go to AEW and salvage whatever legacy you have left.
Yeah, that's not happening.
No.
I'd be shocked.
He's basically went on the record, like, I want to say 2 or 3 times in the past 3 years saying how complacent he is where he is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, sorry. Wishful thinking, bro. Go ahead.
Up next, we got a Bianca Belair vignette. She said the last 6 months have been some of the most challenging, frustrating times of her career. She's lost friendships and her match at Mania, etc. Belair said sometimes she wants to give up, but she can't lose the things that define her. Belair said that she'll get through it because she's healing her finger and in her heart. And here's to a new beginning. Belair said that the only constant thing in life is change, and the best is yet to come. Next week, Andrade, Mello, and Fatu will face off in a Money in the Bank qualifier match.
Can we just not act like we don't know who's winning this shit?
On the women's side, it's Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Nia Jax who will compete on the women's side.
Dude,
John Cena will return as well. Yay!
tonight was like booking to a corner night.
Yeah,
and next
much.
week is clearly going to be the same.
Yeah. And finally, Bianca will be there. It is in Knoxville, Tennessee, after all. All right, the Street Profits versus Fraxiom. Oh.
Fraxiom. Dude,
Fraxiom.
That new theme song they gave them. Bro, it sounded like it should have been in a fucking superhero parody movie in the 80s. Go back and watch in that clip and listen to that thing. That theme song is one of the worst I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Fractured tibia is, dude, that's what I'm going to start calling them. Fractured tibia. Fractured tibia are not worth the TV time. They're not. Everybody thinks they're so fucking special. There's nothing special about fractured tibia. Get to the result. I don't care what happened in the match.
This match ended in a no contest due to the Wyatt 6 showing up.
I'm going to give that a mulligan because it's Bray Wyatt's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, if y'all forgot how they was being booked before they disappeared. Well, no, they got traded to SmackDown via backstage segment, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Boy, I'm going to give them a mulligan this week, but I'm telling y'all, if you thought the booking was bad before they left, like for fuck's sake, we watched Uncle Howdy lose to getting baby powder thrown in his eyes.
Yep.
I think the booking is going to be even worse now. Because everybody has a hard on for fractured tibia right now. So how long is it before they job to fracture tibia? Or the Bloodline firmware update 96.2.
Mm-hmm.
Or to a Montez Ford frog splash. How long? Warner, that was the show. I'm wrapping it up. Fuck it. I'm wrapping it up.
Yeah, let's do it.
We've been on here way longer than I wanted to.
Way too long.
-10. No, I'll be fair. -9.9. I can't believe I'm giving a moment of the night for a WWE show. R-Truth promo.
Yeah, I'll do the same. -9.9 R-Truth promo, because that's probably going to be the best moment of the year for WWE.
And it just kind of snuck up on you too.
Yep.
Like you saw R-Truth coming out there, you was like, oh, he gonna do the whole WWE cooning and buffooning shit that they have him do. And then he just turned in a fucking great ass promo. I was like, what the hell? Steve Butler said -8.5 R-Truth. Okay. Miguel said Wyatt's job in the Jacob Fatu. Man, dude, somebody. Robert said -9.9. Gotta give it to R-Truth. It's been so long since I've given a moment of the night to WWE.
Yeah.
And it's not because, oh, I'm biased and I don't want to. It's because they haven't given me anything. Miguel said negative 9.0. Moment of the night, R-Truth promo. All right. I'm gonna look out for y'all ratings, but clear the air. Oh, did you do yours? My bad. I'm just
No,
yeah.
I did. Yeah, just same as yours. It's because
Yeah.
show's terrible.
I'm ready to get in the shower and get ready for tomorrow, and but clear the air. I say this before any time I travel and I do a stream, guys. Pray for me. You never know what could happen, ladies and gentlemen. Pray for me. Pray for my safety. Pray for my travels. That's why I want to clear the air on.
Safe travels to you, sir. I got nothing.
Oh boy, SmackDown. That is a chore. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to read a couple more comments. Miss Mayhem said negative 10, no moment. Robert said safe trap. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. That's all y'all got, man. Shit, I'm finna go ahead and sign this bitch off.
Yeah.
So therefore, going once, going twice, and so to the man with the berries in his hat. So, sign off yet again. It's the epitome of black excellence, the king of dimes, just your boy, Mr. Stark, and
Beacon of Hope Worldwide, the Messiah of Cute Sixes, and the Eternal Pessimist, Big Dub.
Peace out, y'all, and thanks for the safe travels. I'll see y'all, man. Peace.
See you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday.
That's a brand new day. I'm out of here before he says
Well,
something
you know.
else. Yeah, no, I don't want you to say anything else.